right, it's Wednesday at noon. That must mean it's time to teach your business to fish. This is Michael Rager, your host of Teach Your Business to Fish, your business guide. Man, it's been a long week this week. You know, we've recovered from hurricane. We've had all that stuff. Business is starting to pick back up. Things have been, I don't know, it's been interesting out there. So I'm really looking forward to today's show. You know, I've got my friend Natalie Coyle, the queen of quote unquote queen of social media in Houston. She's going to be on with me after this first segment. And, you know, we just want to get out and see what's going on. We've been talking about social media last week. We're going to talk about it a little bit more this week. And it's been really interesting. I've been dealing with some of my clients, and you know, I've been business coaching about 10 years, and marketing overall is one of the biggest frustrations with business owners. I think the reason is for a couple, twofold. One is expectation. I'm going to spend a whole crap load of money and I want results like right now. And two is, like I keep telling, they're fishing with hot dogs. They have no idea who their client base is. So I went back to my old strategy that I was doing for the first couple shows, and I sat out in my car beforehand. I pulled out my trusty, you know, business magazines, Marlin magazine, and, you know, talking about drilling rig blues. So we're going to talk about blue marlin in fishing for blue marlin in the Gulf of Mexico on drilling rigs, and you wonder why. Well, when you're fishing this way, especially if you're fishing for tournaments, and tournaments are big bucks. I was in Louisiana, Memorial Day-ish. We were talking to a guy that was going to fish a tournament that week. And his boat, he spent $6,000 to $8,000 a day in fuel just running his boat out there just to fish for blue marlin. So it's very, very precise in what you do. And when I was reading through this article, it's really about live baiting and doing what we need to do, and it's how particular fish can be. And when you start talking about this, you've got to catch yellowfin tuna. And yellowfin tuna is the bait that you're going to use for blue marlin. And he says, you know, they'll eat blackfin tuna, they'll eat mahi-mahi, they'll eat a lot of other stuff. But the reason you want to catch yellowfin tuna is yellowfin tuna, especially small 5 to 10 pounders, are very active. You're going to catch them, you're going to bridle them up, which is the way you put them on the hook, and they'll go down there and they'll swim down to where they're supposed to be hanging, and they'll be very active. They'll swim all over the place. You know, it's like Jonathan's got a video going on now, and they're out there and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, blackfin tuna, they said they get very lazy. They'll do what they're supposed to do for about a half hour, and then they'll go find somewhere to hide, and they'll start rolling over, and they'll die. And, you know, that's kind of what they do. So we want to get very specific on what we're trying to do. And you go reading in this article, and the author is talking about how you need to catch 5 to 12 pound tuna. And he says, if you're looking for numbers of marlin, you want all your tuna baits to be smaller than 5 pounds. If you want to win the tournament, they need to be 8 to 12 pounds. He said over 12 pounds, what happens is the marlin has a tough time eating it and getting hooked. Well, what does this mean about your customers? What does this mean about your customers? The messaging and the media, what you're sending out to them is exactly as the bait that we're sending down to the marlin. Your customers want something. They want something very, very precise. I was talking to one of my clients this week, and we were going through his social media platform. They were spending money on Google Ads. They were spending money on Google AdWords, Facebook, SEO, all these things. And he's like, Mike, we're trying to figure out what's going on and why is it going. And you know, we're finding out that like their average dollar sale is $685. So it's really nice, you know, $500 to $600, you know, upper $600. It's really nice. They make a lot when they make a sale. So they're spending $4,000 a month on this advertising. And last week they made 10 grand. And they're worried about, you know, oh my God, are we doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? How do we know? So we got on the call with the project manager, and she started going through, okay, let's start breaking this down. You know, the calls that you've been getting, which ones have worked, which ones haven't, which ones have you called and you've been able to get through, haven't been able to get through. And, you know, my client looks at me and he goes, man, that's data that I never thought I should be grabbing. You know, I just didn't know. And he's like, it's really weird. We found out through some stuff that his Facebook ads were giving him lower quality leads than his Google AdWords ads because they were actually doing pay-per-click. And Natalie's over here sitting to my left doing this. she's doing this, so she's going to chime in on this in a couple minutes. But this is what we're going to have to do. So we're still here looking at the bait for the client. So what we figured was we need to keep the Facebook ads going just to kind of keep the brand awareness and everything up. But we switched the amount of money we were spending, and we're going to move to almost 80% now of our revenue. The money we're going to spend is going to go towards the pay-per-click Google AdWords ads versus the Facebook ads. And we're going to see how that switches over the next 30 days. And this goes back to, I think I brought it up here on this show a few times. One of my mentors was a guy named Brad Sugars with one of my competitors, Action Coach. Brad's great. Action coaches are great. I'm better. Don't worry about it. I just got to get that in there to my dig to my guy. But marketing's math. And this is what we need to do. Marketing is not about content. Marketing is not about how pretty it looks. Marketing is about clicks and shares and crap like that. Marketing's math. Mm-hmm. And we need to understand the data and what moves and what works, because what it allows us to do is change. It allows us to move and change what we're doing. So, even with this guy in there's fishing, we need to go in and read stuff like this and understand what's going on. So, Jonathan, we about wrapped up here. My timer's going off. Where are we at? Okay, so we're going to wrap this segment up. This is what we're going to get into. We're going to get here with the queen of social media. This is 2 weeks in a row I've had women. I don't know. You guys got to let me know how you like this. They're way prettier than me. They do a lot of things better than I do. You like their smiles better than me. They smell better than me. Everything better than me. So we're going to get the ladies on here. They're going to show us what's going on. So we'll be back in a minute. We're going to have Natalie. So you guys go out there. We're going to show you how to become a real success. This is Michael Razor, your business guide to teach your business to fish.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, retired NASA astronaut, entrepreneur, and proud son of migrant farm workers. Our migrant families do very important work. Many follow the harvest and move frequently throughout the U.S. and thus have many needs. One way to improve your family's future is by participating in the 2020 census. The census only occurs every 10 years, but it affects public funding for clinics, schools, and other essential programs for our communities. Each person must be counted at the address where they live the most during the year. However, if you move frequently, don't worry. Simply fill out your questionnaire where you are living on April 1st, 2020. The information you provide is confidential and is not shared with other government organizations. The future of our families depends on you. So make yourself count before July 31st. For more information, visit the website 2020census.gov.
Are you looking for a full-service company that can handle everything from a new roof installation, restoration, and maintenance with all the experience that comes from nearly 50 years of business? Joe Ochoa Roofing specializes in inspections, roof repairs, new roof installations, gutters, siding, windows, and even more. Damage on your roof can sometimes take up to 1 year or more to show up. Joe Ochoa Roofing gives you the peace of mind you need to ensure your home and family are well protected from weather elements. Joe Ochoa Roofing offers the best quality workmanship with an accredited business since 1996 by the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating. We also have financing available with no interest and no payments for 12 months. So don't delay and call us to get a quote at 281-890-0000 or visit our website at www.ochoaroofing.com for more information.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
All right, we're back. This is your business guide, Michael Rager with Teach Your Business to Fish. And I have my good friend, Houston's own queen of social media, Natalie Goyle. Natalie, how are you today?
I'm great, Michael. Thank you so much for having me on today. It's truly a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. We haven't seen each other for a while since COVID hit. I haven't seen your little girl, and it's always fun chasing her around the restaurant as we try to talk.
It is. That is exactly what happens every single time.
Usually. So, Natalie, tell everybody about Shooting Star Promotions, what you do, why you do it, and when did you start it?
So I started my business in 2014 to help business owners really get the most possible exposure. What we do is we actually use a three-pronged approach, including social media, email marketing, and event promotion. This is going to guarantee that you reach your target audience and help your business grow. We know that social media is great for branding. However, more than 80% of people still buy from email marketing, and they buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. That's why we included event promotion in our plan. With that, during the pandemic, we actually started using that through Zoom to host different types of webinars, different events, live sales, anything to help get your business to grow. I absolutely have a passion for marketing, which is why I started my business in the beginning.
So three-pronged approach.
Yes.
I remember when we were talking about.
Yes.
let's get what's the steps? How important is it for people to understand that really marketing's job is to bring in leads that moves you to a talk about sales, right? That's what it's all about. When you were putting together your three-prong approach, what made you look at step 1, step 2, step 3? What made you move through there, and how did you come up with it?
Well, we really realized that people, even though social media is great for branding, it takes a long time to actually make those sales most of the time. With that, then we saw that with email marketing, you really get to develop that relationship. More people check their email and actually will respond to you or actually do your clicks. So with that, you can actually see people who are clicking and build your audience. Now, when you talk about event promotion included with that, you get to capture their email address. Because most of the time when you just build a landing page, we have found that people actually don't want to put their email in there because they don't want to be bombarded with emails. Mm-hmm. So the way to get around that is through event promotion. So with all of those together, we have found that it actually helps you make sure that you're reaching your audience across all platforms, not just social media. I've
really pushed a lot to a lot of my clients: host an event, do what you need to do, and stuff like that. It really sucked, on my side, because we were really starting to get into it, and then COVID hit. And
right.
Like, shit, now what do we do?
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And how are you seeing right now? Because I'm kind of hearing that people are getting sick of Zooms.
They are.
Yes. How are you talking to your clients about looking at doing something a little bit different to get them out of the Zoom stage?
So a lot of people right now are starting to do some Facebook live sales and things of that nature. So if you have a retail business, I really recommend you venture into this. People still want to go shopping. However, they're afraid to actually go into public. So with that, you give them the opportunity to still purchase. However, they can do it right from the comfort of their home. When you talk about a service-based business, you want to always offer a replay. So therefore, they don't have to necessarily be on the Zoom call with you, but they can watch the replay and you still get all of their contact information at the same time.
Yeah, we did one last night. We were talking with contractors on how to understand their P&L statement, and it's really amazing. We were asking them questions. When's the last time you checked this? And they looked at you like the deer in the headlights. Like, what do you mean P&L statement? What's that?
Yes, exactly.
And stuff like that. And that's what you really got to look at. Marketing's tough, and we hear it. And I know when you've been a client on and off of mine for several years, and I appreciate it. My liver likes it because Natalie and I, we'll talk about this on the Thursday. We really like margaritas, and
yes,
so we have lots of fun when we do our we do our coaching sessions, but. People get frustrated. I mentioned this, in the opening. People get frustrated with marketing. How do you set expectations with your clients so they understand what should be happening?
Well, I really try to focus my clients on the fact that even though we're doing a branded campaign and ads on social media, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a direct sale. You have to give it time. You have to build that brand. When you're in person with someone, it takes you about 7 to 10 times in order for them to meet you and actually make a sale. Social